Hi! I was going to explain to you that I look a bit red because I just blew up a pool, but I think that is too aggressive or violent of a translation. I'm trying to think how to say this. It's an inflatable pool. I inflated a pool with a foot pump, so I'm sorry. I'm sure that it will turn down soon. But welcome back. It's been a while. I've had some ups and downs in the past few months. I had some personal stuff going on in May, which set me back, and then in June, I got COVID and I had to work very hard as well. And then in July, I finally had some holidays, so I took that time off to get back to myself a bit. But I got very kindly tagged by a book forest for this tag, so this seemed like the perfect opportunity to mix in some of my recent findings about YouTube and the way I've been dealing with things. Alright, so let's move on to the first question. When recording a post, do you read from a prepared script, or do you refer to notes or a broad outline, or do you speak extemporaneously? Wow, what a word. I do not have a script. I do not really write out any main guidelines, but I usually have something in my head about what I want to talk about. And if it's something like a tag like this, I of course reference the questions that are given. Or if I talk about books that I read in the past month, then I refer to my reading journal to see what my thoughts were exactly again right after finishing a book. Second question. Do you edit before you post, deleting hems and haws, misspeaks, mispronunciations, and other common public speaking foibles? Do you remove things you didn't mean to say, or off-topic thoughts or comments you think might be misunderstood? I definitely edit before I post the video. I do this because I do make a lot of mistakes, since English clearly isn't my first language. I do get mixed up in my sentences sometimes, or I end up saying quite a lot. And I try to edit that out just to keep the flow of the video going a bit more. I think if I would keep it purely natural, that it wouldn't be as easy to watch, or it would be kind of annoying to watch. But maybe that is too much of self-criticism. Question 3. Have you ever edited a post after posting? Have you ever deleted an entire post? I have never gone back and edited something when I had already posted it, and I have not deleted anything yet. I do feel like I might delete some early posts though, because those videos were pretty bad actually. They were filmed really bad, but I might actually keep them on as a reference to myself, that I have grown, although sometimes it really feels like I haven't. But yeah, no, I don't usually take anything down. I don't know if I would, if I would get like really bad comments on something, maybe, but it hasn't happened yet, so who knows. Question 4. Are there certain topics you avoid, things you regard as too personal or too controversial? Sure, I don't talk too much about my personal life. I do mention things like having a husband and having a child, but mostly in reference to books or my interpretation of books as like a mom, or as like having someone else living in my house. But I will not talk about very personal things on here. I don't see myself as an actual vlogger, although I do sometimes vlog, but it's always reading related and not like personal life related. So let's keep the focus on books. Question 5. Do your posts include graphics, special lighting, music, fast cuts, or other design enhancements? When I do a vlog, I do put in some music. I do put in some small graphics, like the logo that I made for the book series, as you saw in the beginning of this video. I just like that as a reference for myself. It feels a bit more special, I think. But my usual videos are like this, me just talking to you, and I do not especially use music for that. Sometimes I get a bit of inspiration or I think of something funny to do and I will put it in. I feel like there were videos that I have made that I put a lot of effort in, like the one about reading the Scolomancy series, for example. I really worked hard on that one, made a lot of edits for that one, but normally I keep it quite simple. Question 6. Do you have a target number of posts each week? Well, before my intermission, I try to post once a week, and I was posting on Fridays, or releasing my video on Fridays. And that was an actual goal of mine, to have one video a week at least. It usually ended up being one video a week. But I wanted to talk in here a bit about things that set me back on YouTube, because as of now, I am 1 year on YouTube. And one of the things I found is that if you have a whole family and you have a full-time job, it is not that easy to be on YouTube consistently. So I have decided that I want to post when I feel like posting more. I will still try to aim for one video a week, but I am going to attack this in a different way. I am going to try and batch film some videos, for example, so I can put out something each week, hopefully even in the weeks when I am too busy or I have something else going on. And I am going to be less strict on myself if I do not manage to get a video out a certain week. That I am going to try and not feel bad about it and feel guilty as if I am failing at something, because this is supposed to be something fun. This is supposed to be something extra about a hobby that I really enjoy, so it shouldn't feel like a chore. Question 7. Are there certain themed posts you contribute to regularly, such as Poetry Thursday or What Are You Reading Wednesday? Well, definitely nothing that is weekly, but my regular posts are my monthly to be reads and my monthly wrap-ups of the books that I have read in the month before. Those are the ones that I would also like to keep doing, but I have been thinking about changing it up a bit. Like, for example, my to be read video, I feel like it could be a bit more interesting because I just choose whatever books I feel like reading. I think the only special thing about my to be read videos usually is that I am showing you a lot of books, because I always show you all the possibilities for a month, which is usually around like 40 book options, but realistically I read like 5 or 6 books a month, and then I just pick them myself, which I do like because I love being in control of what I read. But I have talked before about doing like a year of reading series in 2026, which would mean for me that each month I would read one series, because I have gathered many series on my to be read shelves over the years, and I tend not to start them because it's always a bit more daunting to start a whole new series. But that is definitely something that I would like to do. And I was also thinking about putting up like a book poll on Instagram each month, so people on Instagram would be able to choose one of the books that I would have to read each month. Question 8. How important to you is the number of your subscribers? Is there a target number you're hoping to reach? If you don't hit your target, would you consider dropping out of booktube? Are your posts designed to attract new subscribers? Are you distressed if you lose subscribers? That's a lot of questions in one. First of all, I am quite happy that I have subscribers at all. Thank you so much for being here and talking about it. I started out with this channel with a feeling that it would just be fun to get to know a couple of people who are also interested in reading, and who would like to talk to me about the books that I've read, and I could talk to them about the books they have read, and they could influence me and things like that. And I do feel like I have met a couple of those people on here. There are a few people who usually react to my videos, which I really appreciate. They are A Book Forest, Bonnie Nicole Writes, and Dr. Cranky Pants Reads. So thank you so much for being there on my channel. Now, I'm not going to lie, when I reached double digits for my subscribers, when I reached 10 followers and then 11 followers, I felt really proud because over 10 people were following my channel, which felt really good. And then 2 or 3 months ago, I passed 100 subscribers, and it was quite emotional to me. I have to be careful here. I don't want to cry on camera. But it does sort of feel like there are people out there who want to hear what you've got to say. But I really don't have like a specific goal in mind or anything. I don't know if I would want to grow too fast anyway, because I am not sure that I could keep up giving my subscribers what they want. As I have just told you, I find it quite difficult to reach that goal of having one post every week. So I would appreciate it more if my subscribers would be people that are actually interested in, if I put out a video, that they could see it then if they would subscribe and then feel disappointed in me if I could not fulfill their want or request or something like that. I also have found that your amount of subscribers does not necessarily mean that you get more views as well. My last videos actually got less views than the ones before that. And I also noticed that my most popular video is not a to be read video, it's not a wrap-up video or any of my reading vlogs. It is actually the one in which I set up my reading journal for 2025. It by now almost has 1,000 views, which is quite a lot, I think, because a regular video of mine gets like 20 views maybe, which also made me think that maybe people are more interested in seeing more of my journaling. So I am intending to put out some video content that is about journaling. Not just my book journal, but also my regular journal, my bullet journal that I make and do every year. I'm curious to see if people are interested in that. Question 9. Do you always respond when tagged? Yes, but it might take a while, I'm so sorry. This tag, for example, I was tagged in a couple of weeks ago, and I'm so sorry that it took this time, but I explained in the beginning. So yes, I will definitely react when I am tagged, and I will always try and do the tag. Question 10. Do you respond to viewers' comments? Are your responses lengthy or only a thumbs up or down? It depends on the moment that I read them. Normally I will always respond a couple of sentences at least, I think. But when I read a comment like on my phone and I'm actually at work or something, I might just put in a smiley face or a thumbs up and then forget to put in a more lengthy response afterwards. But any comment is always appreciated because it means that you watched the video. But every comment is greatly appreciated. Question 11. Have you ever blocked anyone from viewing or commenting on your posts? No, I have never done that. I, for now at least, don't see any reason to. I have only ever gotten friendly answers or friendly comments, and I have always appreciated every single one of them. I would even appreciate like functional criticism. If it helps me, if it is good advice, then please give me some. I do think that if someone came on the comments and gave like unfriendly comments, but like regularly or something, if there would be like a troll, then I might resort to blocking, but I would first have to look up how to do that. Alright, that's it. I would like to tag Bonnie Nicole Writes for this tag, and I hope to see you soon in another video. Bye!